Amen.
Young man, your arm's too short to box with God. But Jesus spoke in a parable, and he said, a certain man had two sons.
Well,
Jesus didn't give this man a name, but his name is God Almighty. And Jesus didn't give these two sons a name, but every young man everywhere is one of these two sons.
all right.
And the youngest son said to his father, he said, Father, divide up my property and give me my portion now. And the father, with tears in his eyes, said, Son, don't leave your father's house.
Okay.
But the boy was stubborn in his head and haughty in his heart, and he took his share of his father's goods and went off to some far country.
Well,
There comes a time, there comes a time. Every young man looks out from his father's house, longing for that far-off country. And the young man journeyed on his way, and as he traveled, said to himself as he traveled along, this sure is an easy road. Nothing like the rough furrows behind my father's plow. Young man, smooth and easy is the road that leads to hell and destruction.
ooh, come on now. Tell
Downgrade all the way. The further you travel, the faster you go. No need to drudge and sweat and toil.
Whoa.
Just slip and slide till you bang up against hell's iron gate.
Okay.
And the young man journeyed along, and until at nighttime he came to a city. And the city was bright in the night, like day. Streets all crowded with people. Brass bands and string bands were playing, and everywhere the young man turned, there was singing and dancing.
Yes, yes.
And the young man stopped the passerby and he said, tell me, what city is this? The passerby laughed and he said, don't you know? This is Babylon.
Tell it.
Babylon!
Tell it.
The great city of Babylon. Come on, my friend, and go along with me.
Yeah.
And the young man joined the crowd. Young man, you're never alone in Babylon. You can always join a crowd in Babylon. young man, you can never be alone in Babylon. You can never find a lonesome place to go down on your knees and talk to your Jesus in Babylon.
Tell the story.
You're always in a crowd in Babylon.
Yeah.
And the young man went along with his newfound friend and bought himself some brand new clothes. He spent his days in the drinking dens, swallowing the fires of hell. And he spent his nights in the gambling dens, throwing dice with the devil for his soul. Then he met up with the women of Babylon.
My word.
Oh, the women of Babylon, dressed in yellow and purple and scarlet,
Come on now. Come on.
loaded with rings and earrings and bracelets lips like a honeycomb, drippy with honey, perfumes smelling, sweet smelling like a jasmine flower. And the jasmine smell of the Babylon women got into his nostrils and went to his head. And he wasted his substance in riotous living, in the evening, in the black and dark of night, with the sweet sinning women of Babylon. And they stripped him of his money. They stripped him of his clothes. And they left him broke and ragged on the streets of Babylon. Then a young man joined another crowd, the beggars and the lepers of Babylon. And he went to feeding swine. And he was hungry in the hogs. He got down on his belly in the mire and mud and ate the husk with the hogs. And now the hog was too low to turn up his nose at the man in the mire of Babylon. And the young man said to himself, came to himself and he said, in my father's house are many mansions. Every servant in his house has bread to eat. Every servant in his house has a place to sleep. I will arise and go to my father. And his father saw him afar, and he ran up the road to meet him, and he put clean clothes upon his back, and a golden chain around his neck. He made a feast, and killed a fatted calf, and invited the neighbors in. Oh, sinner, when you're mingling with the crowd of Babylon, drinking the wine of Babylon, running with the women of Babylon, you forget about God and you laugh at death. Today you got the strength of a bull in your neck and the strength of a bear in your arms. But some of these days, you're going to have a hand-to-hand struggle with bony death. And death is bound to win. Young man, come away from Babylon. That hell border city of Babylon. Leave the dancing and the gambling of Babylon. The wine and the whiskey of Babylon. The hot-mouthed women of Babylon. Follow